That was weird. I've never saw Moto do the black screen thingy like that. Hello, everybody. I'm I'm still pretty large fan of this deck. It is keeping me entertained, especially the games where you just like cast two approaches without having to go through 7 cards. What are you into today, Sir James? Then scoot that over there, and we will play. The hand's fine. We'll have to hit a lot more lands. We don't have any cyclers, but we have tons of cheap interactive spells. Hey, Dumbo. What are you into, man? Rip. That's probably a bad sign. I don't think I'm particularly good versus that style deck to begin with. I think I'm very probably mediocre versus it with this particular draw. I'd be fairly shocked to win. I mean, because I don't want him to mill. Maybe he's not playing what I thought he was playing. Untap land would be nice. He's definitely not playing what I expected. That was a misclick. That is not an untap land. I haven't seen either of those decks or cards in the same deck either. Yeah. Guess I'll just keep preventing damage. I'm assuming he's gonna have a bunch of counter spells, but I will take my one with much smile on my face. Yep. We definitely want lands, so anything that's not a land's going straight to the bottom. Obviously. Why would I find another land in the 15th card? Feel like we're not in the bestest of shape anymore? Felt massively ahead until we missed that land. Bottom top. It's gonna be a hard game to win at this point. I mean, if they have counter spells. It won't be too hard to win if they don't have counter spells. Pretty easy to win if they don't have counter spells. Like, not easy because they still have the Scrounger, but pretty easy. All depends on whether they have counter spells or not. That card doesn't do anything. This Ministry of Inquiry seems odd. There has to be a better card, right? I guess it does give energy for this. Tapped his black mana. He tapped his black mana. Oh wow. That was a very good draw. Draw was actually kind of scary good here. Lets him attack for 6. Technical, we don't win the race anymore. I thought we couldn't lose, and now I don't know if we can win. Well, I guess let's start with cycling this one. There's more of a chance that we'll need to cast out. Well, the 40 doesn't do anything. Look real good as the unsummon right now. We drew 3 cards, so it's going to be down to 2. Huh. And it's the next card, but we can't get to the next card. Well. That's a thing. Go to 11, so they can make another token, and they can attack for the actual full 11. So I guess I need to get pretty lucky with this Glimmer. We're probably going to have to keep one of the approach, so one of the next 2 cards is going to have to be like a Blessed Alliance or like a Meltdown or something. We're not dead, we're definitely drawing Finn. The top card of our deck's an approach, and we probably have to keep it. Maybe cycling the cast out was poor. But I was too afraid of him just drawing any random thing. That's a Walking Bliss. Alright, well the game's just over then. We have no out. Have no out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 12 if we hit the Blessed Alliance. And we can only go to 11. He can do 13. Yeah, we have no out. I mean, I guess maybe we can hit Runner. Just put both on the bottom at this point. Those little harvesters did a lot of work there. I didn't expect to lose that at all. Where's my hours at? I don't want the hours in the deck for sure. I could have kept the cast out or whatever, but I just don't think I want all of these sensors versus them. I'm blatantly shocked that we lost that game. That might possibly be the most shocked I've ever been losing a game of Magic. This hand's fine. Pretty happy to have drawn the Censor. Or to draw on another island, rather, not the Censor. Well, if he's not playing anything this turn, so he actually has basic swamps in his deck too? Literally counterspell the first thing this can counter. Like our opponent has our number. He even played around Center, potentially. I don't care about that. I'd rather just get a fresh card than counterspell that. Probably willing just to Blessed Alliance here. Sup, Wayne? What are you into, bub? So he'll get to resolve something, but the exception is Chandra. I don't know what he could resolve that would be horribly bad for us. It certainly isn't that. And we have 7 mana, so I don't even want to cast a Glimmer. I want to save the Glimmer for post-approach. Sure. That's odd that he'd spend the energy there. It's too early to go to work, man. You need to get back in bed. That's what I need to do. Gotta get back in bed. I'm casting an approach next turn, so I might as well try to resolve this. Again, I don't know what he could resolve other than the word Chandra that I care about, and I can't counterspell a Chandra anyway, so. Skyboat's nice, but nothing I care about. Seven cards down. If he has a negate, we're probably in rough shape. Oh, that's a good one. Takes quite a few attack steps to lose to it, though. Uh, Defer Meltdown's pretty insane for that thing. Not insane, I mean, hurt good. Not upset about it. Sure. He's just not going to play another creature. Maybe I should use the, maybe I should use the meltdown on this if he's not going to cast another creature. So now it's 2 cards down. I guess this thing? I don't know. I guess that thing? He has no black mana this turn, but he can still buy it back next turn. Guess I'll just play this then. These enchantments are actually being pretty good here. I know he can tugboat and kill one of these. Not really worried about that. These little dudes can still attack if he does. Derivawit's kind of good. He can mill my approach, which is the top card of my deck now. I guess if I just hadn't played a spell, I could have played around that. And I've saw Derivawit, so. I wonder if that's how you even pronounce that card. Well, that was good. Could be back in a rough shape situation. I probably need to draw, I don't know, a lot of spells to win from here. Well, I guess if he let me draw that card, he has to have a counterspell, right? Because he had a way to stop me from drawing the card. But he may not have another. I guess I need to bring in the Gates versus him. I didn't realize he was going to have skyboats and everything. Metallic Rebuke, pay 3. I guess I could have played around that. It's not the type of card that I would think to play around, though, because it's not the type of card I would think was in his deck. He's got Double Thing that comes back. Oh yeah, we're probably dead. He's out of cards now. He only had 1 counterspell. And we butchered our chance at it. Are we dead on board? Not dead on board. Alright, well that's a good draw. So he has the Kenya he can bring back, which is 4 to me, but I can kill it. So he's got to draw something. The cut that he just put in his graveyard is actually brutal. What a nice card to hit, friend. He had a creature too, because he's getting ready to tap mana during his main phase, and I think he's now realizing that he has the Kinra. Yeah. Still in really bad shape because of this cut. With a virtual 7, he's going to be attacking for at least 2, I believe. That was the literal best possible. Oh my god. So we're dead on board. We have to hit. That's a blank. Hmm. Yep, dead on board. I think our opponent drew insanely well. So the best he can attack for is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I'm not even alive with the Blessed Alliance. Yeah, maybe he'll make a mistake. Maybe he won't see the cut. Well, he lost a point of damage there. Still dead, though. This doesn't change the math at all. I'm still just dead. If he has a land, I mean. If he doesn't have a land, I guess I'm technically not dead. I guess he drew a counterspell? So his cards were literally this, in the counterspell? Yeah, I'm dead. Should have took the draw step. It wouldn't have mattered. It's still misplay, but nah, he had the walking ballista. Couldn't really gain 4. If I took the draw step, I guess I could have hit an approach and then gained 4 in response, but I feel like I got incredibly unlucky there. I also think I sideboarded poorly, so. Well, this hand's fine. I think I sideboarded poorly, I think I played poorly, and I think I got unlucky. That's a combination of 3 things you're not likely to beat. Hard to beat any given one of them. Hard to beat all 3 of them. The first time in a while that I was completely let down by a game of Magic, though. Probably the first time in years that I've just been, like, mind blown to lose. What the heck's this? Some kind of Jund deck? Great. That card's excellent versus me. I may make him sack it. I'm going to look at their card first. Yeah. Using our mana next turn, so go ahead and use that this turn. But we drew this, So, or so we drew this, so like we have the option of either of these on the following turn now. So it's better just to use our mana. Oh, and we hit a counter spell. Well, this is looking promising. Don't care about a ballista for one. I would rather just draw cards. Sweet, hit a land. Pretty much all I ever want to see it lands. Hit another land. Happy about that as well. MTG Bot's not talking today. I wonder if he's here. Yeah, he's here. He just doesn't care, I guess. How dare he not care? Yeah, we'll take one. If he pumps it up, I may use a Blessed Alliance on it. If he doesn't pump it up, I'm definitely not. Okay. Well. I'd like to get a draw two here. There's an approach as well, though. Think I'd rather have the draw two? Like, our cards in hand are pretty anemic. They don't really do anything. So I'm pretty sure the draw two is more important than the approach. Sure. Walking Bay gets a lot bigger now. I guess it's fine to make him sack it now. Still have this Glimmer thing and Fumigate stuffs. Still have it cast out too. He's got to cast something sometime, right? Pretty well putting any card on the bottom that's not a draw two or an approach. Or a draw four, I mean. A Supreme Will. Like Supreme Will, Glimmer, Hierarch, and Approach are basically the only cards I'm willing to keep. Well, got everything that I want. Let's just see if we can find another approach. We have one, three from the bottom. What the hell is this? Archangel Avacyn. Oh, alright. Sure. That's a card. I guess it's fine to cast out it. I really want to take more damage when he has this in play. Might have been better to Glimmer, but then I'd have kept like an Effort Meltdown if I'd hit it. I certainly don't want to keep an Effort Meltdown. Sure, another Ballista. What's up, Dan? What are you into? We got 2 draw twos, so we'll take some damage here. I did not say that, did I? I could have said that. I don't know. I say a lot of things. Our opponent's not really did anything. You going to Modern Wednesday? I think I'll be there. I'm going to try to be there. I will be at the doctor that evening, so if everything goes well, I will be there. Still really enjoying this deck. What's he doing now? If he has a follow-up like Gideon or something, I am on what they would call a clock. I'm assuming there's Gideons in his deck. We've not saw one. I guess we'll put a draw 2 on top. What deck you playing these days? See, he's got a lot of damage still. He keeps not buying back his Scrap Heap Scrounger. I don't know if he's missing it or if he doesn't want it for some reason. Red Black Burn. Oh my. You stay away from that burn stuff. That's not fun. Well, we have a lot of things we can hit on this draw step. Let's start with this thing. Rip. Start with this one then. Alright, there we go. It's something we can cast. So 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. So if I draw a mana, I could technically Supreme Will into an approach. Advocate, which means I pretty well need to cast a Fumigate this turn then. Which he can buy that back, but this keeps his lands from being bigger, and that's fine. Claim to Fame is a good card. Most of the black-red decks I see have Vexing Devil in them, though, and Vexing Devil is not a good card. Obviously, I haven't saw your version, but I love Claim to Fame. Claim to Fame has got a lot of power on it. He's finally deciding to attack with manlands. No, need to draw some things. We're certainly drawing all the cards, though. Good man. Good man. Vexing Devil makes me want to vomit. The hell is this? I guess it could be Anguish? Sure. Come on, computer, or come on, mouse. Well, I don't want either of those. Still no approach. Come on. Sorry, guys. My mouse is kind of like messing up here a little bit. Causing some issues. I guess I'll play this one. Yeah, we might cycle the farmland a little bit. Might even cycle it this turn. So I can pretty much see every card in my deck now at any point. We're getting pretty low on life, though. Not concerned about Liliana in the least. It just quite frankly can't kill me. You can let him get like Sylvan Advocates and stuff back though, whom can kill me, but you gotta think in theory that we'll draw a answer to one. Could have counterspelled that. I don't know why I didn't counterspell that. I wasn't thinking. I should have snap counterspelled that. Yeah, looking for an approach is fine too. If we hit it. If we don't hit it, it's not fine. Rip. Still no approach. There's an approach. So that's 7 cards down. So he gets 2 more attack steps. Red Hulks. I would say Robbie might have some of that stuff. I'm not sure exactly. I know Chris had some Red Hulks. Oh wow, that one was a lot of power on the table. All right, well, we may not win. We may lose again. He's attacking for a lot now, so. We've drawn cards forever. What's up, Mark? This puts us down to 13. Fumigate's still fairly decent here. We'd probably get another turn with a Fumigate. I'm too lazy to actually do the math, so if that's inaccurate, don't hate. Well. Blessed Alliance isn't going to do it, though, is it? Yeah, we just bricked off again. We drew 1,000,000 cards and it wasn't enough. Yeah. Actually drew 1,000,000 cards and it wasn't enough. It's like 24 cards left in the deck. One off. And there should be the other. I don't think the shop should change stuff this close now. I'd say it's too far. We'll just bring everything in. I don't like it when shops change things the week of. Changing things the week of's just wrong, in my opinion, but I'm not the boss, so. Come on, mouse. This is the third game in a row that I thought was unlosable, and then we lost. The Scrap Team Scroungers have been crushing us today. Man, if you ask on Wednesday and he doesn't post anything till Thursday, there's tons of people that aren't even going to see it. This hand seems atrocious. We only have 3 manas, we have no draw spells. This hand's a lot better. Guess I'll put that on top. Gives me a chance to censor something. Worst case, I can cycle it. Yeah, Page 3 has, and I've said they were wrong and made fun of them every time they did it. It's one of the reasons that Page 3 is going downhill instead of uphill. Lots of people get mad about things like that. That can resolve. I don't care. We have the meltdown. They shouldn't unban anything. Everything that's banned needs to be banned. You can't ban Copter because it goes in every single aggro deck. You can't unban Marvel. It's just not things that can be done. Mage rotates. Emrakul rotates, so can't give us Cat back either. The card that they could unban would be Copter, but if they did, they're just we make a lot of fun of them if they unban Copter. Let's just say that. I don't think that card's remotely playable, but it's pretty good right now. They unban Copter, there's literally not a non-Copter deck that's playable. I'm willing to take a hit to get something on table. It also gives me 3 different blockers that can block the scrap heap. Not that that matters, but don't care about the Ronus. They unban Copter, I'm getting off the standard train. Probably just gonna play red deck wins with Copter if they unban Copter. Nah. I don't know. I'll play something. Who knows what the next set will show us. Copter's definitely too powerful though. I think Copter goes in practically every deck. Sure. Just attacking a scrap heap? Alright. There'll be no block then. English? Sure. See, I was just not a fan of Ronus. It done literal nothing. Yeah, I gained my life. Have a Gearhulk and a Sensor if he plays anything I care about. Marvel is definitely OP. What is opponent playing now? Alright, that's a Sylvan Advocate. A Gearhulk Sensor, anything that I can Gearhulk Sensor from here? Gets to eat one of these, and he'll make this a creature, so I'll get an extra creature off to Linvala. Wow, he didn't do it this time, yet he did it last time. That's insane. I guess he showed me. Not going to play the farmland, I'm just going to use it to cycle. Feel like I'm being ghosted. I legitimately feel like I'm being ghosted right now. Kind of don't like things being banned either, but oh, it's another Linvala. I guess we're just going to cast Linvalas every turn the rest of the game now. Banned cards have feelings too. That's almost a good card. Opponent apparently knows something I don't. I don't know what it is yet because I don't know it, but opponent does. He didn't bring the Scrap Heap Scrounger back. He didn't bring the Scrap Heap Scrounger back. Don't care if he blocks and kills the Gearhulk, but I'm not going to trade it for just a random land drop, so. Sure. What do we got now? Oh, an Avacyn. Okay. Wish I'd attacked with the cat now. You guys are indestructible and have no power. Why are you wasting all this time? I keep the untapped one. That's kind of a waste. I probably shouldn't have bothered to do that, but I think I've lost this game. Pretty sure I've lost this game. Again. Well, have we won a game tonight? Alright, well, Nissa doesn't actually do anything. Because it buys back some random thing out of the graveyard that I don't care about. I don't care about that. There's a block of the cat that I don't really want anyway. The cat that's also going to die to, the cat that's going to die to the Avacyn flip. That was a good draw. That card gives me some hope, I think. Yeah, it makes it huge, but nah. It being huge doesn't really affect anything. Sure. So this is going to kill your Scrap Heap Scrounger. That's going to flip this into a 6/5. We are not in good shape again. These little Scrap Heap Scroungers and Manlands have just been crushing us. Come on, dude, let's go to our next phase. Why are we paused here? We have a 1 in 43 chance of just being able to win. Next card could just be Approach. Next card could just be Approach. He, pretty much any removal spell kills me. So after all of this time, he's going to pick now to buy back the Walking Scrounger, or the Scrap Heap Scrounger, when it's going to just die to his Avacyn, unless he has a second Avacyn. If he has a second Avacyn, I'm not dead, so... Second Avacyn's not bad for me. It's not good for me. It's not bad for me, though. What the hell is this? You tap that for white mana, son. Certainly not good for me. I don't think I'm dead. Nah, I shouldn't be dead. Pretty damn close to dead, though. Sure. Actually, I'm pretty much dead. I kind of think I have to draw an approach now, don't I? Is it basically approach or dead? I guess it's not approach or dead. I can draw a cast out and win too. Unless my math's just horrible. So approach wins and cast out likely wins. You know what that spell is? That spell is neither of those things. So we're going to gain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 7 puts us at 9. And he's going to have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're just dead. Maybe for some reason he doesn't go for it. But yeah, we're dead again. You can definitely attack me for 8. I think I've drawn well today. I don't think I've played particularly well, but I don't think I've played awful either. But yeah, if he sends a manland, it's over. If he has a walking ballista, it's over. Well, I know that. He could have played around it though. Like we had Blessed Alliances and Effort Meltdowns. Like, alright. I like how he did all that during his draw step. He didn't even look to see what he was drawing. He wasn't even considering trying not to kill me. Oh, that card would have been good. Alright, well, today's going horribly. I think I'm drawing well. I think I'm playing okay. Definitely have made some questionable plays, but I don't think any of them were horrible. 0-4 versus 2 matches that I didn't think were even remotely losable. Sure, we'll keep this hand. I'm going to censor whatever he plays, so there's no reason for me to cast the authority this turn. I think this is one of our harder matches, so I'm rewarded with all my sweet type play. I say that in jest, by the way, because I played horribly. Well, I played below average anyway. There's the mountain he's already showed us. Counterspell whatever can be counterspelled if we're given the opportunity, and if not, we cycle this. Opponent plays an unplayable card, but we'll still counterspell it. And then we'll get angry as we miss our land drop. And we miss it again. Generally, once you miss your land drop in a control deck, the game's over. I'm going to hard pass on that. Probably can't win once we miss that land drop. I mean, if his hand's weak, we still can, but if his hand's average, we probably can't. sure. It's not keeping anything but lands. And I'll keep them both. Put them both on top. Come on. Come on, Moto. Let a brother be happy. We hit a land. I like how this kind of protects us from Glorybringer and kind of protects us from Big Chandra. I'm unconcerned with the 2 life right now. I'm just going to Blessed Alliance and draw 2 cards. Target opponent sacrifices an attacking creature. These little authority of the councils have just been good in a number of matches. They're going to gain us at least 4 life. Still don't think they're better than Unsummons, but... Alright, well they don't play Counterspell's main deck, so unless they have a Chain of Elder Deep Fiends, this should be it. And even if they do have a Chain of Elder Deep Fiends, we have an Effort Meltdown, so in theory we should be able to survive it long enough to get to the other approach. I'm going to put a 4th damn approach in this deck. I'm telling you what. As usual, I pretty much bring in the sideboard plan. I usually bring in the sideboard plan versus basically every deck. Which could be a giant mistake. I usually sideboard out roughly the same cards every match. Usually always sideboard out at least that and then evaluate what I want and what I don't want beyond that. If I knew how to sideboard this deck better, I think it would do better. It's really hard to win with approach post boards because of Elder Deep Fiend and Negates. A 4 land and a turn 3 counterspell. Turn 3 counterspell can't even hit Bristling Hydra if they have a servant, so. Yeah, I'll keep this hand. I think this hand's better than the hand we mulliganed. We may not ever see another land, but I still think it's better. We have a turn, we have multiple 2-mana interactive spells. Rip. Still think this hand was better. Nah. I lose every game with blue white or blue red emerge that I don't get exactly favored visions in my hand. And I think favored visions is bad versus the best deck in the format, so makes me not want it. And we're dead, boys. Missed a land drop into them having their best opener. Alright, we're done here. Missed a land drop into them having their literal best opener. I'm gonna bring this in. Just don't think Supreme Will is very good in this match. One land again. Champion of Wits is kind of garbage in that deck. Champion of Wits does not give you cards, it gives you filtering. And not having cards means that you don't get to bring your guys back every turn you want to while also making land drops. You just lose too many cards. So if your opponents are playing sweepers and stuff, like, you just run out sooner or later. And Favored Visions is the best kill condition in the deck versus a number of cards. Like, the deck's fine. I don't think it's bad or anything. Just on my personal experience, I don't win without getting a Favored Vision to fuel my zombies. That's just personal. I mean, it doesn't. I'm not saying that's fact. I've not tried it with Champions, but like, Champions isn't card advantage. Champions is card disadvantage, so I don't. Besides filling your graveyard, I don't see how it helps me bring back my zombies all the time. All right, white mana, please. We have three draw steps to hit an untapped white source. Let's go ahead and kill that while we can. They are a negate deck. I never did give you the 4 Champion of the Wits I promised to trade you, did I? I'm assuming you've already got them at this point, though. But I believe I never did. They're still in my box. I never did remember to. I have the memory of a goldfish. That was kind of a good draw. So it doesn't matter if he counterspells the first approach, obviously. I mean, it sucks because it's not 7 cards down if he does, but... Okay, I assumed you did. Alright, I know, like, Chris asked for them Friday, and I was like, I think I promised them to somebody, but I assumed you did. Sorry about that, man. You gotta remind me when I forget things like that. I can't remember anything. You just gotta remind me when I forget something. Just gotta remind me when I forget. I can counterspell Chandra right now. Again, Chandra is the only spell I really care about. Obviously, I care somewhat about Negate as well, but... So we'll be at 5 now. Bottom. So the top card of our library will be a approach. I remembered that I forgot them. Fair enough. Alright, well, that's a card. He probably has a negate. That's fine. Oops, have to actually tap a blue mana. We don't have to play the approach if we don't want to. I think I'm fine playing it though. I can just not play it. Yeah, I think I'm fine playing it. I don't really care if he counterspells it. If he doesn't have a counterspell, we win. If he does have a counterspell, it lets him overextend into our Linvala and our Meltdown, and we had 2 cycles in our hand. So, like, we had plenty of time to try to find another. Alright, well, we won a hard match. Lost 2 easy matches, won 1 hard match. Today's a good day. They have to draw some of their 4 negates. They typically, in my experience, have to draw 2 negates or a negate and a Chandra to win. For anybody that's new, even though I'm sure that there's nobody new, because I've not had anybody new really watch for weeks, there's a link to my Twitter down below. On my Twitter, you'll see every time I go live and all my deck lists, and also on my Twitter, there's a link to the YouTube. That, considering I have 0 new followers today. Oh wait, never mind. It's updating slow. Yeah, 0 new followers. I doubt anybody cares to hear all that. Guess I could pop up the deck list. Still work in progress. I don't exactly love where it's at yet, and apparently Moto's being very slow. Wonder if I'm dropping frames as well. No, not dropping frames. There we go. Oh, well, the match started. Jay Leno is the best. You don't even know. More poor land draws. I can't even tap my own finger out. There we go. I guess I'll keep it. We have 2 lands and we have 3 draw steps to try to get to Supreme Will, and we have a Blessed Alliance. You gotta have this. You gotta have this sweetness. I am not subscribing to myself, by the way, so I do not know why it says that. If I am subscribing to myself, I need to figure out how to fix that because I don't want to be. Well, he can't attack this turn, so I don't have a counter spell. So I might as well start gaining life off of a snake or whatever the hell he plays. Alright, that's that's what I like to call a life gain engine for me. I don't even care if this ultimates very much in this game, or in this match. Like, it ultimating doesn't hurt me that much. They just draw a bunch of cards, and their bunch of cards generally don't matter. We'll counterspell literally every creature that they let me counterspell, though. I'm gonna assume it won't let you when you try since I'm the broadcaster, but that could be inaccurate. I have no idea. I'm gonna assume it won't let you. I'm gonna assume it's just teasing you. There's a 5th land. I'm definitely gonna counterspell that. And we're gonna hope that we draw a land. Yeah, you can click it, I don't care. Land, please. Thank you. Did it work? I can still talk. As long as the opponent never plays a relevant spell, we've got a good chance. Even though we still don't even have a second double white or a kill spell. Please no Walking Ballista. Sure. I will gain all of my lives. Okay. We're getting further and further away from what I like to call good shape. Their opponent's gonna draw like 7-ish cards this turn? Huh, 6. He didn't have a land drop. That's good. What can an opponent do with 6 cards, though? I like how we're playing kind of like a blue-red control deck. A Lone Tusk Cub? That's a Lone Tusk Cub. Another Nissa. Gotta be honest, didn't really care about the first one. Still don't care about the second one. Don't care about that. Um, Kinda care about that. Yeah, not not looking great anymore. Now he gets to resolve whatever he wants. And we don't have another Wrath of God. We do have 5 draw steps to try to find one, but do have 5 draw steps to try to find one. Sure. You don't even have to find one. He didn't put that much power on the board. Um, yeah, just not gonna do anything. Name's Heather James. Come on, man. You know her name. I like our opponent's 3 cards deeper in his deck than we are, and I'm still not concerned about anything he's did. Just not concerned about any of this stuff. Mildly concerned about that one? Sure, we'll put that one on top, I guess. That one on the bottom? So next turn he's gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So even with his best possible, he can't beat us? Eh, still might as well look for a Fumigate, right? Do I care about any of this stuff? Oh yeah, did you find a better deck? Love it. Absolutely love it. Fumigate? Make my life easy? Life not easy. Oh, never mind. Life easy. We thought our life wasn't going to be easy, but then our life was easy. I guess we could still lose to like a bunch of snakes. He's got like 3 snakes or something we could still lose, right? I love it. I wanna taking a picture of this, by the way. Well, there's one snake. There we go. Let's save that for later. That one's a good one. I forgot I gained a life if he plays a snake. That very much entertains me. Alright, well that's not enough. Is it? 5, 9, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. That's 34. That's enough. Technically. Oh, opponent went crazy. 13, 18, 27 plus 6 is 33. So if opponent has blossoming defense, we're dead. If opponent had blossoming defense, we were dead. Usually when I see the Glint Siphoner and Lone Tusk Cub, I automatically assume their deck has blossoming defense in it. And he was 25 cards deep, so that's fair. That's fair. That's a good point. I should have definitely cast the Blessed Alliance. 100% should have cast the Blessed Alliance. That is very accurate. Man, that was actually a pretty horrible play by me. Wow, I am dumb. These authority of the council did just an absolute crap ton of work. That being said, I'm still taking them all out. I think ours is actually decent versus these guys. I kind of like the sideboard cats too. They could have Lost Legacy, so I kind of generally like bringing in all of the sideboard hate. I've been taking out a loss or approach, but I don't know if I'm supposed to. Been cutting one, but I don't know if I'm supposed to. I don't think I'm going to this game. I'm just going to bring in 3 of the cats. 4 cats is probably overkill. This hand's fine. It's not necessarily my win condition anymore, though. Like they play Lost Legacies and stuff, so I often win this game just by slamming Linvalas post board. I'm starting to want to cut the effort meltdowns for immolating or immolating glares, but that's probably wrong. Well, we got some stuff. Solemn Entity. Transgress. So that's bad for me. Really needed that Glimmer. Wow, you didn't take the Glimmer? I didn't care about the cat too much. He had a Walking Ballista and he still took the cat over the Glimmer? Maybe I way overrate Glimmer? Looks like we were drawing a Glimmer anyway, but maybe he has Heroic Intervention. Sure. Another Nissa? Okay. Well, if his last card is Heroic Intervention, then we are SOL pretty badly. It's a lot of damage. So we're at a virtual 6 right now. So it has to be in the top 5 cards of our library. I mean, it's a favorite to be in the top 5 cards of the library, right? Not the top 5 cards of the library. So I'm just dead. Just dead? He already knows I have this card. So I go to 14 and I'm still going to take 7, 11. Pretty bad for me. If this is a Virtus Gearhulk, I'm just dead. Dispossess. For my 2 artifacts? This for my 2 artifacts. That I'm probably not even supposed to sideboard in. Like, I'm betting I'm not supposed to sideboard those in. Well, unless he has another Transgress, we're not dead. And even if he does have another Transgress, we have some top decks. Alright, well, we're down to 3, so any Walking Ballista just kills us. Any Walking Ballista just kills us if he has a land anyway. It's pretty darn good versus us even if he doesn't. That card doesn't do much. Well, he instantly sacked it to scry. And to possibly play another spell. Sure. That was pretty good for him. So I gained 1 life, which is a little walking ballista insurance. Back down to 4. Walking ballista. Well, I guess we have to hit a fumigate then. I could have counterspelled the walking ballista, but he could have still just drawn a land next turn, and this would have attacked for 4. And we don't know that we were going to hit any other way. I think we're pretty favored to hit a. I thought we were pretty favored to hit a what you call it, a fumigate. Because we've now scryed 5 cards to the bottom. Well, there's a fumigate. There's just a 25th card down. We're in okay shape now? Probably fine versus anything other than another walking ballista. If he has the 3rd walking ballista, we're just dead, but let's save the Supreme Will now. There's things he can cast, so. Can't counterspell Siphoner, he's got too much mana. See what we hit with the Glimmer. Yeah, I guess we'll keep one. Oh, and a Limvala? That's a good draw. Don't want him to draw cards, so we still have Blessed Alliance to gain 2 or 4 life if we need it, so we're not even dead to the Walking Ballista anymore. Have a Supreme Will in case he tries to play the 8/8. There's not much he can cast other than the 8/8 that I care about. I'm just going to cast a 5/5 next turn. Don't care about getting the value for the little 3-drop. If I was getting the 3/3 at this point, it would be I'd be in such a bad shape that I don't even want it. Censor can still counter a Walking Ballista here. Well, that card doesn't do anything, so we'll go ahead and cycle. So 4-turn clock. Another 8/8? Another 8/8's not bad. Fortunately for us, little 8/8 don't fly, so still 4-turn clock. If he gives it jump, I'd be sad, by the way. So he sacrifices and we gain some life. He's still on a 2-turn clock from this. I do not. What's up, George? Ooh. So that'd been our draw for the turn. That's what that would have hit. And that's... Alright, well, starting to rally. I feel like we could have been 4-0 this tournament if I just played a little better. We'll play first. I'm gonna try this. This can scry, and we have an authority of councils and approach. It's kind of a weak hand, but I think it's worth trying. They've actually been surprisingly very good. However, I've missed the unsummons in spots too. I'm not actually sure which is better. The unsummons have been pretty needed in a lot of spots, especially versus the Gideon decks. Like Gideon's has been a bit of a problem. So looks like this is the blue-white deck from the open. Sorry, the white-red deck from the open. So this is a Gideon deck. Well, we drew Censor though, so maybe we won't need the Gideon. Or maybe we won't need to protect from the Gideon. Who knows? Have Meltdown. This is a TKS deck too, though, so TKS is pretty good versus us. The 40s have actually been surprisingly good, though. Done summons were surprisingly good as well. This is only my 9th and 10th match with the 40s, so it's kind of hard to come to a conclusion on them so far, but I think I'm liking them. Well, I guess I'll cycle this. I really want to get a draw too. I'm going to keep the Censor because of Thought Not Seer and because of Gideon, but I'm assuming this match is kind of hard. Well, they're missing a land drop, so I guess that's good for us. I gotta say, I guess they're missing a land drop's good for us. When they're missing a land drop's probably good for any opponent. I'm actually gonna go ahead and kill that because of the Ever Meltdown in my hand. I don't want it to become a liability. I'd rather just get this off the board and have this for an extra threat. There we go. Pretty happy with a Glimmer. Still have a Censor for whatever real threat he plays first. I don't know how many lands that their deck plays, but they have a ton of 3-drops, so they're definitely running pretty bad right now. Don't want either of them, I don't think. We just want lands. And we hit a land, so. I guess they're just 4-drop flooded. Yeah, it's definitely that deck now because I see the Desert Hold. Desert Hold's kind of an interesting little card. So round 5, opponent gets horribly, horribly mana screwed. Going to look for a land. Well, we hit the land, so we'll save the other cycler for trying to get back to the authority. I have to imagine this match is typically pretty hard though, because they have 4 Thought-Knot Seers and 4 Gideons. At least hard pre-board. Not necessarily sure how it'll go post-board. It is, but this deck just top 8 at the SCG Classic, so it's not like it's a bad deck. It's not like it's a bad deck. He's just running incredibly poorly. I don't think it's a tier 1 deck, but anything that can top 8 a classic's at least playable. I think it was a 7-round classic. It might have been an 8-round. I don't remember off the top of my head. I think it's very, very good versus creature decks, I assume. Yeah, it's just a 7-round. There's a decent player, too, that's playing it. It just runs a crap ton of removal spells. Like, there's 20 removal spells in the deck. It's got Reality Smashers. It's got the Thought-Knot Seers in the sideboard, and it's got Gideons. He just ran into a bad match. And he got mana screwed. It's still probably a good match. Like, if he resolves Gideon, I have a heck of a time. So it's 5 cards down after the Censor. 4 cards down after this Censor. 3 cards down after this Cast Out. What's he playing now? Oh, it's his own Cast Out? Because he's got Reality Smashers, I guess? Sure. So now it's 2 cards down. And that draws 2 cards, so. Unless he can kill us this turn, he's dead. And I don't see him killing the 31 life opponent this turn. Sure. Hey, Bay. That guy just sees those giant horns, like breaching the fog there up near the clouds with the sun in the background. Yeah, well, game 2 will be harder, I'm sure. Gideons, Thought-Knot Seers, Reality Smashers, etc. They're probably going to sideboard out a lot of their removal, so I think cards like this are okay. I actually think I want the the negates as well. I think the Censors are fine because he's playing 4 mana spells. I don't know if I want all these cats. I don't know if I want all these cats, and I think I might only want some of the boots. Basically, I just want to stop Gideon. Anything I can do to stop Gideon. I don't even think they play Gideon's Approach, do they? No, they don't. They've got the full 4 Reality Smashers, though, and the full 4 Fault Not Seers. The Chandra's kind of good. They can't get all of these removal spells out of their deck, though, which is unfortunate for me. They can probably bring in 8, 9 cards and get out, like, 9 of these 12, I guess. Maybe even bring in the Linvala and make it 10 of these 12. It's a 25 land deck, though. When I go back on the play, I'm probably just going to bring in the Supreme Wills and take out more of these cats and stuff. On the draw, I'm trying to be moderately more reactive. But we have a cat already. And we have no colored sources of lands. Hand's pretty good besides that, but anytime you look at 6 spells, it's generally going to look like it's a pretty good hand. Mulliganerini. It's a 1 land hand again. I guess we'll get rid of it again. Alright, well, this hand's at least playable. Not a land, so Fumigate on bottom. I guess it's only fair that we don't really get to play because our opponent didn't really get to play, right? Seems like a fair trade. Wow, he kept a 1-lander with a double cycle and missed. That means this hand has to be loaded. Well, I don't want to cycle this, but I feel like I need to. Rip. Well, it's going to be which one of us draws 2 lands first, I guess. We have about the same amount of lands in our decks. I have many more cyclers than he has in his deck, though. Yeah, he hit the first land. Me and our opponents are slapping each other with wet noodles at the moment. That's all I want to say. Like, this is a wet noodle fight. Well, we got there before our opponent, but... Definitely don't want the meltdown. Definitely do want the land. We definitely want the censor, so what are we going to discard? I guess we're going to discard one of these Blessed Alliances. And by one of these Blessed Alliances, I mean, I believe we're going to discard this Fumigate. We should be in pretty good shape now. We have a censor into a Gearhulk. If he had hit. He didn't even hit, so it has to be even better for us. I'm going to go ahead and cycle the censor in case we need to Gearhulk it. And we could hit a draw 2 or something to get more looting going on. They missed land again, by the way. Our opponent is running very unluckily. We can even beat a Gideon now? Can't beat a Fault Not Seer, really, but... I mean, we can still beat a Fault Not Seer as well, sorry. We can easily beat a Gideon, though, so... Well, opponent is now on a 7-turn clock. And if he does have a Thought-Knot Seer, he's kind of on a 1-turn clock. And he's got to deal with the 5/6 on board. So yeah, this wasn't really a match. This is kind of a crappy way to end a league, to be honest. So he basically has to have the Thought-Knot Seer this turn. This is a pretty crappy way to end a league. Neither of our opponent didn't really get to play Magic either game, so. Yeah, he's got another Thought-Knot Seer, but it doesn't change anything. Like, the hand's just extremely good still. He has to take the approach. He doesn't have another option. And clearly leaving me with a Glimmer's absolutely miserable for him. I did draw out of it first. So it's 6 cards down. Oh god, and we drew a negate. Rip opponent. I don't think this match is terrible for him though. He's got a lot of very impactful 5-drops. Yeah, so it looks like a third Thought-Knot Seer. So yeah, our opponent's hand would have been gas had he just hit things. Bottom. So that's 4 cards. It's 2 cards down. We go ahead and cycle this, and it's the next card. The Nagot. Guess he didn't do the math because he's not conceding, but if I did the math correctly, our draw step's an approach. And we rallied. I think we could have been 5-0 in this event if I'd played tighter to 1 round. I don't know. Either way, it was a pretty fun stream. We got the cash back. We'll pull up the deck list for a second. The 40s have been nice. The unsummons were pretty nice in that spot as well, though. I've liked the extra regal in our first 5 matches. The extra regal was not particularly good in these 5 matches. The descent wasn't particularly good in these 5 matches either. But yeah, I like some of the changes. More things to mess with. I don't really know if we want this hours. The hours still really only in the deck because of decks like black-white tokens and things, but you get some value from it with the energy decks because you can hit their planeswalkers. The Gearhulks have been underperforming. They might need to get cut at this point. I'm not really sure what I'll do. I'll probably play the deck yet again tomorrow because I'm still really enjoying the deck, and I think the deck's pretty good. We're still right around a 70% win rate with the deck as well. But that's going to be it for me today. No, that's going to be it for me today. I've got some things to do around the house. Down below is a link to my Twitter for anybody who cares. On my Twitter, all the deck lists and every time I go live is posted. Also on the Twitter, there's a post to my YouTube channel, which at the moment is just VODs from streams, but I assure you at some point it's going to get better. And I'm going to host a standard streamer. He's streaming a pretty fun deck. I played it at Friday Night Magic this week. I liked it a pretty good amount. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and send you guys on over to Eric Hawkins.